All right guys, it's giveaway time. We got this 1990 Mustang GT. It's got a 331 small block Ford, and it's got a big single turbo. Makes a lot of power, and it's gonna be a whole lot of fun for somebody this spring. You can go to streetracingchannel.com. Every dollar you spend on the website is an entry. So if you buy a $28 shirt, get 28 entries. Don't miss out, guys. Contest ends soon. See y'all later. He got baptized by a streetcar. Alright, so we're out here at Clay City, Kentucky, at Kentucky Dragway for SlugFest. We've been here last year. Tommy did really well last year. They had a back end race Friday night. This year, the Friday night got canceled, but we're here for Saturday, front side of the track. This track usually gets pretty good, but they scrape the entire track all the way down. So it's going to be interesting. It'll probably be a tuner's race, at least the first couple rounds. I drew 8th pair, last pair. I got Houston Payton, King of the Valley, and you know, we've raced him before. He's almost put it on me once. He's always a good race, a good competitor, and I always look forward to racing him. Last year was one of your first races here in the Nova, and you did pretty well. You took out Frankenstein first round, so this was the first race I ever took the Nova to, I think. One of, yeah. Last year it was a pretty fast track. I don't think it's going to be as fast. Not quite as many cars here. It's pretty cold and windy. Yeah, they've really scraped it this time. They scraped it last time, but this time they scraped the whole track. I don't know if they did that last time. And it's a little challenging at this track because the burnout box is like 5 miles from the starting line. So if anything, we get to do some pro stock burnouts today. Some rolling burnouts. So it's hard to track rubber all the way up to the starting line when the burnout box is so far away. It's water. So a little bit challenging, a little different compared to what we're used to, but Tommy's tuning the Falcon today. We're kind of weaning him onto tuning a little bit. That way I can focus on my car more, because whenever I can focus on just one vehicle, that vehicle does a lot better. And if he can start learning now, he won't ever need me to tune it later on. You know, you never know. Hey, he could be a better tuner than me. And he's got notes. Started a logbook. Something we've never done. Yeah, it's usually just up here in my head. Yeah, it's no good for the next person. So. I can start keeping track, and I'll know, you know, I might suck for a little while. I don't know. We'll see. We did have a tune saved from last year for first round, but yeah, you know, the track is a little bit different this time. But since I'm 5th pair, I'll be able to watch the first couple pairs and see what people are doing. I don't want to judge too much by other people, but we'll see.
And I would go ahead and call it out and see if they accept it. Then we can go from there. Call out Malibu. What's your name? Bernie. Oh, you're the guy that you keep ignoring. You know why I keep ignoring you? Because you evidently want attention. No, and if I give attention to everybody that yips at me on the internet, I'd have a full-time job doing it. Okay. So you want me off the trailer? Oh yeah. Locked! Okay, how much extra? Hey, all right. How much extra? How much extra you want to put on? I don't know, 500. Good. 500. Hey.
Hey, come on, man. That's what we like right here, man.
That's how you get your action, son. You step up on the freaking property, not on the internet.
First period. Try and fucking either double bulb you, which I don't think that's allowed, or he's gonna have to try and build boost really fast, and he can't do that if you go in first. You know what I mean? So as soon as you both are pre-stage, bump in as soon as you're on the chip.
Okay, what's the plan for your burnout, buddy?
I'm just gonna try and go. I'm gonna do a rolling burnout straight as far as I can.
I'm going to tell you that it's probably best if you just pull right up here, get the back tires right in the water, and I'll stop you and just do a little quick like that, and then do a roller. Because that water patch is really narrow, and you may not get enough on the tire to do a rolling burnout, okay? It may kick sideways on you, so let me pull you up to it.
I didn't like that. off the other guy.
Yeah, if you can get me where it's at or something. Well, get me over there and
Truck's out there on the track.
Trust me, I'm not proud of what I did either. Mine is really bad. This big boat, when it gets to like, it does, man. It's like, holy fuck. It's got so much travel. The track has like just enough side bite that it doesn't completely just, but God, I thought it was, I thought you broke the plane where it was too late. I'm gonna start grabbing my chute every run. I probably should have, but I was too busy doing this. Even after my pass, where it's normally like 35 pounds idling back to the pits, after you're done, I'm gonna pull my log and see about where it loses it and start leveling it a little bit. It's not gonna get much better out there, you know? I don't think so. It's gonna get cold later. I mean, we're already down to 8 cars, right? So, like at like 4.5 seconds, I might, or maybe even earlier, start leveling it a little bit. Yeah. It won't take some boost out of it. Because it was commanding 28 pounds of dome up top, and that's not doing shit if I have to lift. So I'd be better off turning it way down and almost leveling it off. 12 and a half. This guy is a big block, just doubles my dome pressure. Take my graph and cut it in half. Oil pressure, that run was 135 to 140 all the way down. And in the shutdown, it never dropped. So I'm super happy about that. That's like a lot of oil pressure. That's like 25 times my Blazer. Even on the brakes, it was 70 to 80. So yeah, I mean, we figured something out. And you're on the brakes hard, I bet. So, I think we did okay. I was surprised by the 60-foot we had. It was like 137. It was odd. I felt the car come up pretty fast. Right before the pass, Billy took one click out of the front shocks, and I kind of thought that was a good idea. I asked him, like, we watched like the second pair, and I was like, I think we should just turn the clicks a little bit softer, let it come up a little better, because people were spinning. And so he did, and it came up pretty fast, and I could feel it trying to grab. It might have been slipping the tire a little bit. I'm gonna pull the log here in a second. But it got out to like 300 feet and kind of drove left a little bit. I think there's a bump in that left lane around 400 feet. I feel like everybody's hitting it and kind of it messes them all up. But I feel they got out there to like mid-track and it just started driving all over the place. And I pedaled, and at the same time, I thought maybe I could short shift it and roll back into it softly. But it shifted like half a second before I pushed my hand forward. And so I tried to bump the shifter into second, and of course it already shifted. And I think it might have messed me up even worse because it was already getting loose, and then I did that, and then it was just, but I'd say I went straighter than him and my dad. So I think, like I said, I'm gonna try and level off the boost at about 4 seconds. And because last pass I was commanding like 28 pounds up top, and I think that's too much, so for how green the surface is. And we're already gonna be down to like 10 cars, maybe less.
I think it's 8.
8, not a lot of cars. There's a second chance race, but it's not gonna get much better out the back, and it's gonna get colder as soon as the sun goes down. So
God, I hope we can just stay safe. It's a sketchy track. I haven't raced on a track this slippery in a while, so. Craziness.
These dust is popping.
tight it a little bit. And then when I felt like I was getting too close, I finally steered right, and that's when I had to let out. Like it's so hard. Like when you try and correct it, it's better just fucking let it go straight.
I carried the left front wheel for the first 100 feet. Jimmy Dale's got video of it. His car had only moved that far, and the left front wheel's that far off the ground, and it's not even turning clear to 60 feet, just carrying it.
Yeah, I need to put another click in the shocks. I'm just gonna leave that tune-up alone. I think it's solid. It's my tune-up.
Good job, Bob.
Proud of that.
Proud of you.
Love you.
This is definitely tricky. So after we lost to Logan, I don't think we shot anything after that, but lost to Logan, I was just too conservative with it. I went 2/10 faster from my first pass, but I turned it up in the 60 and I leveled it off after about 4 seconds, and that helped it a lot mile-an-hour wise because it would actually drive down the track and not spin. I have to let out. I turned it up like 1.5 pounds all the way to 330 against Logan, but it just wasn't enough. It went considerably faster, just not fast enough for him. So he's a tough competitor. It's a fast car. You can't be conservative against him. Should have turned up a little more, but I'm getting the hang of it. I'm learning quick. But that time I went on the hotter side of things. I turned it up about 2 pounds from where it already was, pretty much everywhere from the launch to 330. Kept it leveled off at 24 after 330. I think I'm gonna leave it alone. There's less and less cars going down the track as we get through the rounds. And it was really tough because like I had turned it up and then it started raining and the track went cold for like an hour. And that was like, man, maybe I should go back and turn it down. But I just left it alone. I didn't want to be conservative again. I'd rather it be on the edge than just like get drove away from. I went on the hotter side of things and it made a hell of a pass, man. That made me feel a lot better. I'm more of just in the second chance race to get more passes under my belt and just get a better handle on the car and how much, you know, what difference a couple pounds makes. It's tough. I have a okay understanding from watching him, but actually doing it yourself, it's like a whole nother level of like anxiety. But I would much rather lose because it's my fault or win because it's my, you know, I won. In the long run, it'll be good because he can focus on the Nova and I can be a little more self-reliant and I don't have to, I feel a lot better when I'm the only one to blame, you know. I don't like losing, you know, because he made the tune-up too slow or something, you know. I would much rather it be on me, so it feels a lot better, and it's a lot more rewarding when I do win. That was a hell of a lick, and I was proud, so.
Better.
Alright guys, so we got the buy last round. That was pretty nice. We left the tune-up alone completely. So something we didn't go over was when we raced that yellow Camaro, it drove left very, very hard. And I thought, you know, maybe it was just the lane. We went ahead and adjusted the anti-roll bar this round. It was like 6 clicks off. We kind of forgot to reset it once we, because we'd raced at XRP with no weight in the car. and I forgot that we'd not run any weight. We put the weight bar back in the car for this race and never reset the anti-roll bar. So, but it's set now after that buy run. It went just a little bit faster on the same tune-up, but it is getting colder, and I'm worried that any moment the track could go away. But I wanted to leave it alone on that buy run to make sure that the track was still going to be there. I didn't want to turn it up and then, you know, it spins and then I'm like, okay, is the track going away, or was I already on the edge? It just was fighting me the whole way down, trying to go left. But we should have it solved now. It should go straight, be safer, and it should be a lot faster. I need to go figure out who I'm racing and what pair I am. I think we're down to
3 cars.
We're down to 3 cars. So let's get this dub. It'd be nice.
Gas money.
Straight as an arrow. It had some wheel speed.
White smoked early.
I don't know about that, but I know it went straight as an arrow. Much better.
Maybe it was something else I was seeing. It looked like it had a bunch of wheel speed.
I thought it had wheel speed.
It did have a little bit.
It might have had a little wheel speed, but it went straight as an arrow.
Yeah, and our roll bar was right on.
Tom's got a real good view. He was up on the wall.
But yeah, you can see, like you said, your wheel speed right after it gets after your hot watch.
Yeah. We put him where his burnout was, and it was kind of a little left of the groove. Maybe that was it. I don't know.
And it's also freezing out here, guys. It's freezing.
Much straighter.
Much straighter. It had a little wheel speed.
Yeah, it spun on the hip, but recovered like immediately, and I just was patient with it. I could tell, I stayed right with him even though it spun, and I just
Happy to see it go straight though.
yeah, for sure. Now we need to decide whether we turn it down on the hip for the final.
I probably would. It was on the edge.
Yeah,
Just a little.
yeah. I mean, it recovered
Or
quick. but-
Loosen the front, just one click again.
Yeah. I was really happy. It went a lot straighter.
Yeah, that was way better. The anti-roll bar was
That
like
was
way off.
awesome, man. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tight. You just rolled away from me.
Man, I
Power
thought you-
rolled away from me.
As soon as I spun, I thought for sure you just drive away.
You got
Yeah.
treed too.
I did. Why you gotta do that?
I'm sorry, man.
We get roasted.
I guessed a wee bit.
Did you?
just a teeny bit.
Just getting lighter and lighter.
Yeah.
We've been sitting here a while.
That was awesome, though. That was a great race.
Yeah.
It's a
Just
a
happy
pleasure
it was a
racing both of y'all in the same
straight
event.
safe race. I mean,
Yes.
I went.
You gonna cut our head off one of these times.
Well,
Put that bitch on
Well-
some real boost.
one of these days. Yeah, it's on about right at 20 pounds right now. So
What was that, 24?
I had it flattened out. I flat out my curves at like 4 seconds.
oh yeah,
That's all.
I'm not gonna lie. When you told me what you doing, I emulated the same thing.
Did it go faster?
Yeah, it did, absolutely. And I loosened the front up a little bit. That's why it likes a little bit looser front. That part.
That's the only way I could out past 330 feet and not have to feel like I had to pedal, was to just level
Right.
it out.
I think I had to. it got a little bit of wheel speed on you, I think. It's hard for me to remember now. I was so
cold.
It is, yeah, it's cold. So it was good though. Like that was straight, both of us straight, and I knew I was like, we were both side by side. And I was like, he's gonna pull away so it happens. Yeah, one day I'll put it on a little bit bigger boost. But yeah.
If you guys haven't already, subscribe to King of the Valley.
Yep.
Appreciate you guys.
I appreciate it.
KOTV Motorsports.
Yep, you'll find it that way, or Houston KOTV. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Man.
It was a good race, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it, guys. We're gonna start loading stuff up, head back to West Virginia.
Be safe,
Honor
man.
racing both of y'all. That's awesome. Y'all have a good one.
Yep, be safe.
Yes, sir.
All right, so talk to me about this red Mustang.
It didn't 60 as hard as you. It sounded pretty good out the back. It sounds like it's got a 3-speed with lockup. It's, like, it's pretty cool. Kind of got my panties wet a little bit.
Oh, shut up.
Ew.
This guy in his 3-speed lockup.
I like a Hero 400 with a lockup. If that's what it is, I don't know. It might just be hitting traction control and shit. I don't know.
It looks like a radio car, you know.
It's pretty. It's a nice car. I mean, it looks light. Spindle mount wheels on the front. It's low. Sounds like it's probably got a 427. I mean, it's gonna be a race.
So I'm gonna loosen up the shocks, one click in the front. Do I turn it down, half pound of boost on the hip? Let me pull this log.
Pull the log, see where it got wheel speed. Wide open throttle switch wasn't on when it left.
Drove left again. Like it felt like it wheelied and I was trying to fight it, and then it was like carrying the left front maybe. I don't know.
The lane's definitely tipped towards the left. Toward the
Yeah,
wall.
it just drugged me to the left hard. I don't even think it slowed me down that bad. I mean, it definitely wasn't faster.
I don't know why it drove left though. Did it show any wheel speed?
It was fucking perfect.
Like the last pass before that, it didn't drive left at all.
I have no idea.
But it also had a little wheel speed, so I don't know. Maybe just torqued the chassis a little harder.
I don't know if that one click we took out of it like made it come up faster, and it just. I don't know. I don't know that I would have done. I forgot to turn the drag on. It was probably a 34.
Yeah, you probably would have had to go like a 509 to a 5-team.
That's crazy. If he's going teens, that's just amazing. I mean,
Fucking fast.
That- yeah, I mean,
built front side car. I mean, featherweight. Yeah.
yeah, it's a nice car. Is it really?
Yeah, it's a big block Chevy.
I mean, we knew going into this that we wanted to race this car Friday. That was our thing. We were going to race this car on the back end of the track where it does the best. And then Saturday was supposed to be Nova Day, know, we both eat, but oh well. I don't think we've said anything yet, but the Nova's got an issue in the motor. I think it's a lifter. We have to get it home and see. It's making a squeaking noise and it turns into a rattle when you rev it. It's still got good oil pressure, so I'm hoping it's not something real serious. But we got down to 4 with it, and I think we could have done really well, but
I thought, yeah, I mean, but even if it would have went straight, it would have been closer, but I just,
maybe could have put more in it through the middle if it went straight. But if it's against the wall, you can't put any more to it.
But we thought, you know, when I got that by, and I raced Houston and it spun a little bit, you know, the track was getting worse, so it's really hard to turn it up when the track.
This car on front sides always does different shit a lot.
Yeah,
like when we took it to NPK at Norwalk, that one round it just went. You know what I mean?
I think it's time for a bigger anti-roll bar, for sure.
When you put this thing on a really good track, it's difficult on the chassis.
Yeah,
that's what my Nova's for. That's why it's a 6.0 cert double frame rail car. It's stiff and it can handle all that.
Like the draggy's showing 131 60 foot, but I guarantee you on a time slip that's a 128. And when you start getting on the 1.2s in this car, it just does unpredictable shit. Very odd. I scared you?
You're against the wall, it seemed like the whole pass. I was just waiting on it to fucking turn. I scared you earlier, so we're even.
We're even.
Alright, well, you both scared me, so.
Yeah, poor Allison.
I'm sorry.
You can't win them all, man. It sucks when you get to the finals and lose.
I mean, that car you race is really fast.
It's a really good car.
It's a purpose-built front side car, and it's fucking fast.
I knew that car mile an hour, and we just did 60 foot, and we 60 footed pretty good, but it was against the wall.
If it wasn't against the wall, you'd pick up a 10th.
But it still wouldn't have, I don't know if it would have even been enough. It would have been a lot closer, but fuck, man. I don't
half a car instead of a car and a half, maybe.
That car really impressed me, man. Like, I don't know how he's putting as much power down as he is out the back.
Probably really good data, maybe Davis traction control, and a lot of fucking power in a light car. I mean,
that'll get him.
Yeah.
We can't beat ourselves up too bad. It was worth, like, the $100 to buy back into the second chance, and what I paid to buy into the main race was all worth it, because the knowledge I learned being able to tune the car mostly myself was worth every penny that we spent, and it was worth the drive here and everything. Like,
this shit is what the Nova is supposed to be doing. This is what we've got the Nova for. I just need to be able to keep it together.
Yeah,
it's driving me nuts.
No, I believe
that car should be winning every fucking race.
Yeah, it'll get there.
I'm literally on 12 pounds going what you're like faster than your mile an hour.
Fucking sideways to the finish line.
Yeah. And I can put 25 or more through it, and it'll go 160.
So can you show me how to save this tune for next year, for the race in June or whatever?